Welcome to another tutorial. Today we're going to be going over the parent link components. These were added in a fairly recent update and are sort of being called dynamic variables-Lite. If you're not sure what dynamic variables are, you can check a video in the video description a link to the dynamic variables tutorial series where I go over dynamic variables. But for parent links, we should be able to get over them in just this one video. That's because as dynamic variables-Lite, they are a lot simpler to use and in some cases a lot more performant. They do have some limitations though, which is why you might use dynamic variables over the parent link system, which I'm about to show. So I'm going to show you how to set it up, and then we'll talk about the limitations a little bit as we go through them. So hopping over here into Smooth POV, we have 3 plates here, 3 cubes, and on each cube there is a series of balls. The balls have a color to them, and you'll note that when I pick up the ball, it goes to a black color, and then I can put it down on another plate, and it will change to the color that's on that plate. So red ball goes to the red plate and turns red. Back to the blue plate, it turns blue. All the way over to the green plate and it turns green. I can also duplicate these and place them down and they'll work. What's happening here is that we have a parent data link between the plate, which is using a grabbable receiver surface, video link in the video description, and the ball here, which has a parent value link component on it. To illustrate how this is done, I'm going to build another plate with a new color, in this case probably orange, and we'll show you how it can be integrated into this system without much work. So to get started, I'm going to quit my developer tooltip here, return to some empty space, go to create new 3D model box. I'm going to shrink this down vertically. So we've now got this sort of plate that's going on here. I'm going to go ahead and set up a quick grabbable receiver surface on here. Do check that video description link for grabbable receiver surfaces in detail. Attach component, transform, interaction, grabbable receiver surface. Where are we? There we are. With grabbable receiver surfaces, we need to check the parent placed option. And that's because the parent data link stuff works with parents. So we need parent placed checked. So that's our plate setup in visual terms. Let's now set up a ball to be placed on that plate. So go ahead and go to create new. And then we're going to cheat here and we're going to use a material. So we're going to go to materials, PBS metallic. The reason we're doing this is it gets us a sphere that has a unique color because it is its own material. And then we can go ahead and place that ball on this plate. And you'll see that it's now parented to that plate. That's the plate setup. Let's now add the dynamic variable, so not the dynamic variable, the parent linking components to it. So for the box here, I'm going to go all the way down to the bottom here, and I'm going to go to attach component, data, parent. In this case, we want parent value. You can also do references, but we're doing values just for now. So value includes anything like you would normally see in a dynamic variable, or even some cases a dynamic impulse as well. All the values are supported. Float in, short, long, double, decimal, string, whatever you want. We're going to scroll all the way past all of that and go straight to color though, right at the bottom here, color. With parent value color added, you'll see that we now have the component there and that there is 2 fields here which are unique. There is tag and value. Tag works a little bit like the tag values in dynamic variables and also in dynamic impulses. In this case, only if the tag matches another sort of tag system or a tagged item, you'll see in a moment, will the parent value be propagated. You can leave this blank for kind of sort of default handling, but I'm going to go ahead and specify it just to show you it working. So I'm going to go ahead, open this up, and go ahead and type in color in here. Now I'm going to go ahead and set that color to be red. Actually, no, we said orange, didn't we? Yeah, orange. And maximum opacity. So now we have that color set up. Now I'm going to go down to the ball here. And I'm going to go to attach component, data, parent, and we'll do parent value link. Again, here on the type, we'll select color, which is right at the bottom here. And now here, we just need to type in color again. So we'll type color. And then we need to specify a target to drive with the parent value link. So I'm going to go ahead, grab PBS metallic again, drop it to the right, and then I can grab the albedo color and drop it into the target. Now you see that the ball has turned orange. We're actually done here. We could tidy up and make the plate the same color, but I don't need to for this example here. So I can go ahead, take a green ball, and place it onto the white plate here. You'll see it turns orange, and I can take the orange ball I just created and place it on the green plate, and it'll turn green. So that's a basic example of parent value linking. I did want to give a more sort of in-depth theory discussion of how it works and also indicate some of the limitations. So I'm going to go on to that now. If that isn't your thing, or you already understand how it works, feel free to leave off. Do check the video description, which has some links and resources to help you out further. To explain the theory a little bit more, I'm going to go ahead and set something up in the inspector. When we're talking about hierarchy, sometimes it's just easier to take a look at stuff when it's in the inspector. So in the inspector here, I'm going to create a slot, and I'm going to call it grandparent. And I'm going to create a new slot underneath that, and we'll just call it parent. And then underneath that, I'm going to create another slot here and call it child. So the way that parent value linking works is the parent has the value on it. That's the parent value or the parent reference component. And then the child itself has the value link or the reference link component on it. And the data can only pass one level up the hierarchy. So in this case, a child could receive parent values from parent, but not grandparent. And a parent could receive values from grandparent, but not great-grandparent or anything like that. So here, if I were to do something like this, with a parent value link of, I don't know, string, then the parent here would be able to specify that value. But if I were to put it up on the grandparent, which I'm going to do now, so attach component data parent value string, and we just type in, I don't know, A in here, you'll see that this, actually we need a target. One moment here, data value field string, drop this in. You'll see that there's nothing in here. But if I had to add the same component as in a parent value string onto the parent, attach component, data, parent value string, and we'll put B here instead, and we go down to the child, you'll see that they've now got that value B. That's because it's only going up one level, and it cannot go up two levels. That's also the limitations where you might want to use it with in place of dynamic variables, or and you choose to use dynamic variables instead. And that's it can only go one level up in the hierarchy. Dynamic variables doesn't have this limitation. It can go as high as the world root should you need to for some data reasons. It's easier to set up in that regard as well, as you don't need to worry about what space you're under or what like naming of the spacing or anything like that. You also don't need to worry about sort of overriding values. You can go up one level, and if it's above that, you don't need to worry about it. You can reuse the same tags, you can reuse the same data, doesn't matter. There's also a performance benefit, as it doesn't need to do looking through an entire hierarchy. It doesn't need to maintain a bunch of values. It just needs to go like, yo, parent, do you have any data? And then get that data down. So that's parent data linking, parent value linking. I keep forgetting the official name of that feature. I'll put it in the video title, but it's the data parent folder on the attached component menu. Hope this has been helpful. Leave some comments in the comment section about what you think, and I'll get back to you soon with another video. Bye-bye.